Hi, I'm CJ Elmer with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We've got a used trailer that we're going to look at here today. This is a 2019 GR half top pipe trailer, stock combo, single axle. We'll get through all of that. But first, let's talk about this. We do take trades. We do buy some trailers occasionally. So when we have this used inventory, a little background, instead of just doing a wash and safety checks and calling it good, we put our trailers through our shop pretty thoroughly. So this guy here, we go through and we obviously everything safety is automatic, lights, brakes, breakaway batteries, those type of items there. We have to make sure they're all in good working order. But we'll wash the trailer. We'll take a look at a lot of things on it, bearings, take a look at the brakes, look at what kind of percentage is left on them. The guys will tell us and determine, say, hey, this one's at about this percent. Would you like to replace the brakes? And we'll go ahead and do a lot of that. That way you can actually go and enjoy the trailer without having to worry about some of those, repairs right off the bat. So again, these used trailers, we do get some from time to time. They usually don't last around here very long, but maybe you don't necessarily need a brand new trailer or want to pay the price tags on some of those guys, but you're needing something like this. Now, we really haven't gotten a lot of inventory because we don't normally carry these type of trailers new, but occasionally we will get some. And over the last year, we've gotten quite a few of these pipe trailers, whether they're, half tops like this. We've started to get more and more of those, but this one here is a really unique one from the standpoint of it's the single axle. It's a little bit of a combo. So again, we put these trailers through the shop. We take a look at tires too. We want them to be within date code. We want good tread. We want them to match. So let's just start kind of walking you through this one. That's just a little background on what we do to the used trailers through our shop. But this guy here, nothing too crazy up here. It's going to be a 2 5/16 gooseneck coupler. That's pretty much industry standard on everything out here. Underneath the gooseneck, you're going to have a manual crank jack on this guy, a single leg. If you ever wanted to upgrade, there's always upgrades we can do through our shop. So maybe you just want to be able to push a button, and go with more of a electric over hydraulic type system where you push the button up and down it goes. We can look at some of that. But there's a lot of add-ons we can do to our trailers after the fact. You're going to have the diamond plate down below. And then the spare tire is actually located underneath this gooseneck right here. So it's secure. It's up out of the way right here. But it is easy to access if you do need to go ahead and swap that out. So good heavy duty spare up there. We'll talk about these axles and tires when we get back there on the trailer itself. But this V-nose, this works really well for a lot of the newer trucks today, especially the clearance. You really hardly have to worry about bed clearance. If you're running an actual bed, if you're running a flatbed, obviously no problem there. But in these guys here, it's going to pull better with that V-nose style. But then also plenty of bed clearance again if your newer truck has an actual bed on it. So this is a little combo. So first and foremost, you're going to have these access doors up high to get up into that gooseneck area. I'll show you when we get in there as well, but you do have access doors on both sides of this trailer if you're wanting to access that area. And then also, if you're actually wanting to get into the tack portion of it, you can access it here, but as you can see, I've got the other door open as well. But you have two saddle racks here. You've got some bridle hooks in here. Easy to access, out of the way. This guy here, that's 33 inches is where that tack ends up measuring there. Again, 16 foot is the length on the floor. And I'll tell you some measurements when we get to the inside there. But as you can see, you got the half top here. So you got the covered part up front and then the open at the back with the pipes. You got the brush fenders, so you can easily hop up here if you need to. Then from there, you've got a couple rope drags on each side of the open part. So those are pretty handy if you're needing to actually drag something into the trailer. And then you've actually got storage behind the axle as well. There's one on the other side, but these are just really good to just carry some miscellaneous items, some tools, little things that you just want to carry with you. Now, again, it's a single axle. It's a 7,000 pound axle. This one here is going to have a 17.5-inch steel wheel with some nice big heavy duty tires on this guy. These are Roadmasters. we've actually got a number of customers that actually like to upgrade to maybe some of the more name brand tires out there to these Roadmasters. They've gotten along really, really well with them. But, you know, heavy duty as far as the actual tire itself, the rim itself, obviously you're dealing with a single axle. But boy, if you live in country where maybe you go up, you've got some switchbacks, you know, it's really tight getting into some places, you need a shorter trailer. This makes a world of difference when you're dealing with one of these little single axles, and then the length of this trailer itself. So we've got the rear gate open. It's got a slider on there. We'll shut it up when we're done in the stall area here. But as you come in, it's got this nice big massive bumper on the back, and it's also got an insert too for a hitch back here if you needed to drag something else with it. But then as we go into this actual stall area here, you're gonna notice the flooring. This one here was built with a lot of this cleated rum bar. Now there's some supports that go across there, but you're gonna have this rum bar cleated flooring throughout the whole stall area here. This front compartment is gonna be right about 6 foot. And then the back compartment is 7 foot. So again, 16 overall, we got 33. So you're just kind of trading a couple little numbers here, but you know, kind of figure it at about 6 foot and 7 foot back there. But then up in the gooseneck area, like you saw, we had the access doors. So I've got the driver's side open, and we went ahead and shut passenger side. But as you can see, you can access up there into the neck. If you need to throw something up there, you got the fold down gate. This area here is 6'8" tall, and you're 6'6" wide on this trailer. Then when we get to this back part, height on it is basically sky's the limit for you. Obviously, with it being open, you can go as tall as you want on anything back here. But this cleated floor, boy, it makes a big difference when you're trying to hop something on or off the trailer. You could probably see some gaps in there, so you're not really gonna hold, you know, hardly any moisture liquid in this. So anybody that, you know, if you have any urine, it's basically going to go out the trailer. So real easy from a cleanup standpoint on this guy. But you want to talk about a lot of grip, especially jumping on or off the trailer. You know, you're not going to have animals slip near as bad because of that cleat there. On the center gate, it actually stores over here on the side with a slam latch there, but you can easily open it up, and then it's got the slam latch there. I am a big fan of slam latches. I think from a safety standpoint, you know, if you're trying to push a cow or a couple calves in here, something along those lines, having those is really key. Clearly you can just, you know, slam it and get out of the way, and then it's an easy release for you as well. But again, back here, you know, just really basic, but at the same time very usable for you. Back gate, it's going to be a slam latch as well. And then it has the slider on it as well. So if you're butting up against an alleyway or something along those lines, maybe against another trailer, and you just need to hop them in or out, you've got that flexibility there. That guy there's an extra safety lock, and then we can go ahead and actually throw a paddle latch over the back of it here. So it secures with the actual slam latch, but then these, you know, paddle style butterfly latches go across there, and you can lock that. As you can see, even on the back tail lights, they've got covers there, so they're really trying to protect everything. So if you're going in kind of some rougher country, some real brush stuff, you know, these trailers hold up really, really well in those type of scenarios. Same thing over here on the driver's side. You're gonna have access there for more storage. Again, the brush fenders, you got some mud flaps behind your tires too, so it'll keep things from just getting thrown back. And then as we work towards that front tack room, again 33 inches is where that's at, but as you can see, you've got the access on both sides. This is actually a very popular option on a lot of our new inventory today, as far as what a lot of people like about these tacks, that you can work off of both sides of the trailer. Because, you know, if you're traveling with somebody, you know, your saddles can be here, their saddles can be on the other side. You're tying your horses up on this side of the trailer, they're doing the same on that side, and you can access everything on either side. You're not having to walk around. If it's a single door, you know, to whoever you don't really like gets put on that side of the trailer, and you make them pack their saddles around that way. But again, really easy to access. We always joke it's kind of his and her side, but again, 2 saddle racks here, and then you've got some bridle hooks up top there. But there's a fair amount of floor space too that you can throw some items in the actual trailer. And then, you know, don't forget up top too, you're going to actually have that access door that goes up into the gooseneck, again from each side, and then the gate on the inside itself. There is a light on the inside there as well, so you can actually turn lights on in that little front tack room, so you have some light if you're in the dark trying to, you know, load or unload anything in the actual trailer itself. But again, if you're looking for a good ranch trailer, something a little bit smaller, but have the ability to have some tack on this guy as well, this is a really good option. So we do take trade-ins, so you can upgrade, downsize. Financing is available, and delivery is an option as well. So the stock number on this trailer for reference is 5U250346. If you have any questions, give us a call. Anybody in the sales team can help you out. That number is 303-684-3400. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a good day.